Welcome back to Entrepreneurial Shades of Gray. I'm Dani Dowse. This is Chelsey Sayasane. And Chelsey, I'm so excited today. We get to talk to somebody who's impacted both of our lives.
I'm telling you, this is my sister. I'm not literally, but figuratively and relationally too. I mean, she has just helped me improve physically, spiritually, mentally, all the things. And I know she's done that for you too.
Same.
And we've covered a lot of different businesses on this podcast, but we haven't covered this specific one just yet.
And she's totally made a name for herself in the fitness industry. She's built a gym from the ground up, powerhouse in the fitness industry. Please help us welcome Miss Rita Nicole Wright.
Hello.
Hello, my friend.
Hi.
It's so good to have you here. So Chelsey and I, as she mentioned, we come see you at Beyond Group Fitness on a regular basis. But for people who may not be familiar with your story, how did you get into fitness?
Wow. So my story is amazing, and fitness is my ministry. And I began my fitness journey. I was 75 pounds overweight. And I knew at that point that that fitness was something that God had given me to minister to women, and for them not to feel like I felt currently in that state. I was definitely feeling bad about myself. I didn't feel like I was the woman that God had planned for me to be. I had no confidence, just very beat down. And I actually started out with a trainer and joined a gym that was an all-ladies gym, and I felt very comfortable. And, and I prayed. I said, Lord, just give me this. Like, I definitely want to bless the women this way. And that's when it started. He just started building things in me, and it just grew from there. And it's an amazing journey. And I think that every day I get to do this, that it's just something that God just keeps blessing every single day. And I love that fitness is my ministry. Love it.
And it absolutely is.
It is.
You can feel it. I can feel it too.
For sure.
Right. Yeah.
We could go in there and you pray with us. You do all the things. You've even got verses on the wall that you live it out. It's not just something that you're doing inside of the gym, but outside of the gym, you're consistent with that as well. You've got an exciting new partnership with the land that we want to talk about too. Tell us about that.
Yes, it's really exciting. I had just prayed a couple months ago for God to expand my territory. And so I guess I should know that when you pray that you should be ready for what God is going to do. And the opportunity came up for me. I'm the group fitness and personal training manager at the land. And so I'm assuming that God sees that as my territory. And so I'm really excited and blessed to be a part of that. It's such an amazing place for the community. The building itself, everything behind it, with the kids being able to come there, the families, is just an amazing opportunity. But the classes and the personal training, that's my thing. And I'm currently building a great team of instructors right now. We're going to be offering and are offering classes right now: Zumba, HIIT, cycle, Pilates, bar, all the things. And so it's really exciting, and it's certainly a blessing.
It's so cool because you've always had your ministry
Yes.
and your business. But in the past, you partnered with another business, and now you're partnering with the land.
Right.
For some people, they may be like, "Wait, can you explain that? Like, how does that work personally for you?"
Oh, wow. Definitely at first, whenever the opportunity was presented to me, I prayed about it because it is within the same community. However, Beyond is catered more to ladies. And so the land is a full gym, and so I prayed about it, and the Lord just gave me permission to do it. And so I'm definitely excited to be part of both. And so my heart is in both places, and I'm really blessed to be able to do it.
Yeah, and it's such a blessing to everybody who goes to Beyond, because I've heard some a couple of ladies, when we found out that you were going to the land, we're like, wait a minute, you're still going to be here, right?
Right, right.
Don't you worry about
yes, right.
Yeah.
Because Chelsey and I kind of mentioned it. It has almost like a boutique feel because of the one-on-one attention that we can get, and it's a community of women there. So we're so glad that you're expanding, but we still get to have you at Beyond.
Well, it's so amazing, and you know you're in the right place, and you know that you're doing the right thing whenever you sit and you tell your ladies, my ladies at Beyond, that I had this opportunity, and you know they start clapping for you.
Yeah.
And so for me personally, Beyond is just my heart and my soul, and the ladies there are just incredible. And when they start clapping for you and want the best for you, you know that you're providing something that is not provided everywhere, right? And so, and go into the land, I do get the opportunity to be able to grow and expand my ministry, and be able to be part of that place. And I know that God has great things planned.
Yes.
So, yeah.
He always does for you, too.
Yeah.
And we can tell you from experience, no one is more qualified than this woman right here. Like, she takes care of business.
Thank
if you're wanting to give fit, she's the woman for the job. It's so cool, though. You mentioned, like, you're over group fitness there. Of course, you run your own group fitness business with Beyond, too. But it's so cool because Beyond is a small business.
That's right.
Small, female-owned small business, which is awesome.
Right.
And then you've got the land, which is a multi-million-dollar facility as well. So it's so cool that you get to pour your talents, and we're so grateful that you do it at both places for everyone to experience.
Right. And I think that one of the things that, you know, for me, that I really strive in my clients and at Beyond and you know, now at the land, is that I want people, and mainly, you know, my ministry is with ladies, but anybody that comes into fitness, comes to classes, personal training, you know, we're not striving to be a perfect body. You know, we're striving to be healthy, and that is just part of my ministry, is being able to help people to understand that working out is not to strive for perfection externally, but to strive for perfection internally with being healthy. And so it is a blessing to be able to do that, you know, outside of Beyond and at the land. It just puts me in front of more people, and, you know, there I get to share that with others. So, yeah.
Thinking back to when you first opened Beyond, what was it like? Was it scary stepping out? What were some of the challenges that you faced in opening your own gym?
Well, I think obviously always scary, you know, to open a business, but also being a female, you know, and opening up a small business, and definitely just afraid of failure, you know, and how that looks, and just, you know, trying to figure out how the day-to-day is going to run. Like, you know, how's this going to work? How's that going to work? Do I have the right team? And definitely have an amazing support system around me. I have you guys, my clients and my staff and my family, you know, that prays for me, and just trusting in God for every single day, you know, for His provision at Beyond, and how that looks. You know, I just want it to be pleasing to Him. But again, in the fitness world is a very competitive world.
Yeah.
And trying to remain true to myself. So being true to who God's called me to be in the fitness world, and opening up a small business, and knowing that, you know, I don't want to cross the line, that I definitely want to remain true to who I am and not sacrifice that to have a larger business. I need to make sure that I stay true to who God's called me to be.
Well, if you can't already tell, that's just the heart of who you are, as a daughter of Christ, and you're very vocal about
Thank
that.
you.
What's so cool is, for me, when I started with you 10 years ago, I just won Miss University Mobile, and one of the benefits was to train for Miss Alabama with Rita Nicole, and I thank God for that, because I needed you. And so I think back to that, and I definitely was not healthy, did not eat healthy, all the things. Of course, I did not look like I was unhealthy, but you just reminded me, like, the Lord wants us to seek excellence in everything that we do.
Right.
And at that moment, I was not seeking excellence with my physical body. I was not taking care of my temple. But you have allowed me to see that in a different light and not to look at the scale, but to see how are you bettering yourself every day. For your women at Beyond, we know it to be true, but how do you encourage them spiritually as well?
Spiritually, you know, whenever I take on a personal training client, I like to sit down and interview, you know, before to make sure that I'm the right fit for you, you're the right fit for me. And I definitely tell everyone to pray about your goals. You know, what are we trying to achieve from your personal training? What are you trying to achieve right now? And so I try to encourage them to, you know, put God first and realistically, what are you trying to achieve? So that's how I encourage my ladies, and to pray about every single day, because every single day that you take care of your body, that's a win for the Lord. That's a win, because our temples need to be where they need to be so we can be better servants for Him. We can serve Him better. We can, you know, and so that's what I like to talk to my ladies about and make sure, hey, we're not trying to be, 100 pounds here. We're trying to be healthy, right?
Right.
So, yeah.
Chelsey, what would you guess Rita's signature sound is in the class?
I can hear it right now.
Do it, Rita.
I can hear that, but also what I think about is taking body pump with her and me struggling, a bead of sweat or a tear. It could be either one coming down.
I just sit down. I just take a little break.
But listen, she knows me and she pushes me. Like, obviously, if I physically cannot do it, she's going to tell me to sit down, but she knows I can.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting here looking like I'm struggling, and she's going, Chelsey, come on. Chelsey, I just hear your first name. And I'm like, Rita Nicole.
One thing you're going to do is push us to be our best, to strive for excellence.
Yes.
I was just telling you before we started recording that, because I saw you this morning. Yeah. Every time I work out with her.
Amazing. Working out before work.
Thank you. But every time, it's the best time for me because those endorphins get going and I feel it throughout the rest of the day. It helps me with clarity and just feeling better about myself. And so you're going to push us now, but it's totally worth it. Yeah.
It is. And I think, the best phone calls and the best text messages for me and just confirming my ministry and what God's called me to do is, hey, I can fit into this size or that size. I feel better, about myself. I have more confidence. And as women, again, talking about being in the fitness industry and opening your own business, you have to keep people encouraged to really stay true to who they are, but also not put yourself in a box of being, I'm great because I'm this size or that size or whatever. So definitely that trying to keep everybody personally accountable in class and calling you out, just letting you know. And, at the land as well, in my classes, I've met some new people. And it's, I prayed at the end of my classes and they all just kind of looked at me like, did I ask for prayer requests? And so they're like, oh, did I really just hear her say that? So there again, God's expanded my territory. But encouraging them, to enjoy fitness, to enjoy it, to get to a place where you enjoy it. And it's a privilege to be able to take care of your body because not everybody is able to do that, right?
Yeah.
So,
And I wanted to ask about that too. How did you get to a place to where you do enjoy it and you can make it a lifestyle? Because a lot of people, new year, they'll try something new, but then it just doesn't stick. What can you advise people as far as making this a lifestyle habit that they can stick to? I know community for me is a big part of it, being a part of a community where we hold each other accountable.
Right. Definitely, being part of a community and having people that support you and encourage you, the accountability, and, finding that place that can do that for you. But, in the new year, we all set these goals and resolutions, and we start to see like an influx of people, January, February, March, that comes into the gym. I tell everybody this: when you get up every day, you brush your teeth, you do all the things, to get ready for work, get your kids ready for school or whatnot, working out should be that same. You should, carve out 30 minutes of your day, which is really popular classes right now, 30 minutes of your day to take care of yourself. Because if you take care of yourself, then you can take care of other people, and don't make excuses for why you can't come to the gym or why you can't do this or that. Just know that it's not negotiable with yourself. Don't negotiate out of it. Just make the time, carve out the time.
I think that's what it's become a ritual for me. I go right after work. I do her 3:45 boot camp class, and then whatever the 4:30 is, I typically stick around for that day as well. But in the mornings I'm rushing. Here I'm dedicated to everyone, and then at home gotta be dedicated to the house. Like I just need an hour for me. And although a lot of people in their minds, because 10 years ago that was not a ritual for me. Thinking about, I remember sitting in the car before working out with this woman going, wait, is there an excuse? I can go, do I feel bad?
She'll call you out too.
Yes,
She'll text your phone and say, where are you at?
See, this was even before we were like that. So she just didn't know me yet. But it wasn't that. But as I've gotten older, it has become that for me, just because I do have more energy. I feel better. What I love about working out too in community, which I've done at the land with you under one of your HIIT classes and at Beyond, it's so cool to see the girls that you work out with. I know you do personal training, but I've got the same 10-ish girls that work out at that same time kind of throughout the week. And when they hit their goals, like how cool is that when they're telling, I don't have an Apple Watch, but they're like, we burned 300 calories in this class. Like it is a community, and it's so cool.
It is, and I have really enjoyed being at the land and having the opportunity to be able to build that same community and to watch it grow, and choosing the right instructors to be there and trusting them to the people to build that community of people. Because whenever you come into class, whenever you come personal train, you definitely get that sense of ownership, and you're comfortable, and you get used to the people that you're around. It makes it a little bit easier to come to class or to come to personal training whenever you have that community around you. And so it's, fitness is amazing, and it's just definitely, to answer your question at the end, to just make it part of your life. Make the best choice for you, and you have to do it for you and not someone else. When you choose to do it, make up your mind. I looked at myself whenever I was overweight in the mirror and was like, I don't recognize this girl. Who is she? And so when I finally made up my mind to do that, that's when it's going to stick. You can work out for an event, you can work out for whatever, but you have to use that time to get to the point where you love fitness. You love how you feel, and this is going to be a part of my day. This is going to be a part of my life,
One of the things that helps me is I try to have a grateful perspective. So I tell myself, I'm grateful that I can work out. I'm grateful that I'm healthy enough to go jogging. I'm grateful that I'm strong enough to lift weights. And when I tell myself that more and more, it gives me this care and compassion for myself, and then I give myself grace too, because there have been mornings where I've been so tired and I would miss, and Rita's super sweet. I'll text her and say, hey, I missed today, can I come tomorrow? And she's like, yeah, absolutely. But learning to give ourselves grace and not be so rigid. If we miss working out, especially when you're trying to get the hang of it, give ourselves that compassion and that grace, and treat us with the kindness that we would treat a friend if a friend told us I feel bad because I didn't work out. That really helps to kind of change the mindset and really get into working out and making it a lifestyle without beating yourself up.
You do have to show yourself grace every day, because we're all human. We all have things that go on every day, unexpected, or whatever day-to-day life challenges are. And I tell everybody this: something is always better than nothing. If you can do something, something is better than nothing. And I saw this gentleman pull up to a machine in a wheelchair, and he was so happy to be there. And for me, I would love for people that, have that, they don't like going to the gym. This gentleman would have loved to been able to have legs to be able to stand on to work out, right?
Yes.
To take care of his body. And so, and saying, you know, really appreciate the body that you've been given and take care of it every single day. I'm just reminded of that visual picture that I had of that gentleman whenever I have people sitting in front of me going like, I just don't know if I want to do this. I'm just not, I don't really like working out. You know, this is not fun. It is fun, but it's also, again, a privilege and an honor, you know, that God gives you the opportunity to be able to take care of yourself. So,
ending prayer, that's one of the things she always says is thank you, Lord, for the ability to come here today. Because we do take it for granted.
Yes, we do. And I'm excited for the opportunity to continue to do, you know, what I do at Beyond, and just to continue. I pray that, you know, the Lord sends the right people there, and to continue to do so. And at the land, I pray that He continues to give me the opportunity and to help my ministry grow there, and to be able to, you know, just continue to do His work in both places.
Yeah. So for people who are thinking about getting healthier in the new year, do you have any invitations for them to maybe come see you at Beyond? Do you have slots available for personal training classes?
Oh, absolutely. I'm always up for taking on more people. You know, I constantly pray for the Lord, you know, to send me the right people, and I love that time, that one-on-one time or that group personal training time, to be able to minister to each person individually. And definitely for classes, would love to have everyone in my classes and or personal training. So you can check me out on Facebook and Instagram. Yeah, definitely. And the land as well. So, yeah.
Well,
have you worked out at the land yet?
I have not been there yet.
Yeah.
Her hit class, which is
Listen,
just as hard of a
I worked out this morning, and I need to take me a day.
It's wild. It's wild. Both places, just the workout that you'll get in. So I promise, if you are wanting to take that next step in your health, choose your girl. She can help you. Before we go, we did want to ask just about the business side of things, entrepreneur side of things. What advice would you have for a female, not necessarily in the gym business, but what advice would you have for a female who's wanting to open up her own business since you've done it?
Oh, definitely, obviously pray about it, you know, and follow the leading of the Lord, and just have courage, you know, to trust the calling that's on your life. You know, pray about everything. Surround yourself with people that are for you. Surround yourself with friends and family that pray for you, that can support you. Staffing your business. You know, staff your business with ones that are like-minded of you, that, you know, have that same goal, that can see your vision, that can see your ministry, that want to be a part of what you are offering in your business. And when you surround yourself with the right people, you know, things just fall into place, and take it one day at a time. You know, small things are big things, and definitely just keep doing it every single day. Even when you're tired, know that you're impacting people's lives. So.
And one more thing too, sometimes when people go into business, nobody tells them about the slow periods, the times when you're discouraged. What advice do you have for people who are thinking about going into it, or they're already into it, and they're like, why isn't this working for me the way it's working for somebody else who may be discouraged right now?
Definitely, you know, well, in the fitness industry, it's different. I'm sure it's different, but, you know, than other industries. But June and July and August is a very slow time. November and December is very slow. You just have to keep your eyes on the vision that you have, and to be thankful for the ones that God has sent you, and just keep praying, you know, for more. But the advice would be to make the best of the busy, and be prepared for the not busy. And that's what I have told myself, and try not to take it personally, you know, during your slow months of your business, but to try to be as effective as you can in your busy peak times, you know. And so that's what I've tried, and being in fitness for, you know, for 20 years, I see it's a cycle, and so I'm kind of used to that cycle. But definitely just watch, you know, again, and make sure, again, that you're being effective and busy, and be prepared for slow.
Anything else you want to ask her, my friend?
No. I'm just already thinking about the workout later.
I know. It's like, I'm a little bit sore.
I'm mentally preparing for 4:30, 3:45 situation. So.
But don't you love it?
Yeah.
It's the good hurt.
I do.
And you know, the thing too, I tell everybody, you know, just like beyond being a boutique style, that's what God gave me, something where ladies can come in and feel very comfortable. Mm-hmm. You're not in a gym setting. And then the land is more of just it's a larger facility. Mm-hmm. Not saying that's not as personal, because it definitely is. Mm-hmm. But the boutique style for Beyond is different. And then, the land has something just totally, above that to offer. So.
There's just beauty in both.
It is.
For me, walking into a gym, even to this day, I just prefer someone leading me.
Yeah.
Because I don't trust myself to lead myself or to finish the workout either. Right. So I need some accountability. So that's my preference.
Yeah. And I really like the music that you play. Mm-hmm. There is nothing profane in the music.
Yeah.
And even the behavior. Like you kind of facilitate. If something gets a little, you will gently and kindly facilitate. It's really a pleasant atmosphere.
Thank you. Thank you. I had a situation a couple weeks ago where, when you're dealing with the public, members can be a little testy and say a little something, the instructor didn't do this or whatever. And you have to be prepared, as a business owner at that point to fight for your staff, but also, hear your members as well. So, but it's definitely, you got to have that one-on-one. Mm-hmm. Everybody feels comfortable in different areas. Some people are fine with a busy gym, and some people want like a quieter, no profanity, no anything. And I just want people to leave encouraged and not discouraged. Right. So,
do a great job of that.
You do.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us. We're so proud of you. Congratulations on everything happening. You so deserve it.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. It's my honor, really, truly.
This episode of Entrepreneurial Shades of Gray is brought to you by Honest Air, Plumbing, and Electric.